Alright, I want to make a quick unboxing and video review of this Casio F-91w. This is a kind of a very rare watch. It's not easily available, and it took me a lot of difficulty to find it, and we'll go into that in a little bit. It's got some remarkable features and innovations. There it is right there, and let's go ahead and unbox it. Got exquisite packaging. The presentation is fantastic. And here you see it in its glory. It's the Casio F-91w. This was a pretty penny. It wasn't a very cheap watch. This is a French brand, and I think the styling is unique. But as I mentioned, when there's a limited production, I believe only 500 of these watches were only ever made. And it's not that well known. Not many people are aware of it. So I'm just going to go through the different materials they use to make this watch, and all of the features of it. So starting with the band, I believe the Casio brand company partnered with another French brand, Birkenstock, to make this band here super flexible. And I believe it's a laminated carbon fiber with resin. And then moving on to the case itself. The case itself is exquisite. It's milled out of one piece of titanium, and then they actually went ahead and finished it with these pushers, I believe made out of it was platinum or white gold. I had to check the specification on that. Moving on to the crystal. The crystal here is made out of sapphire. It's very scratch resistant. This watch also has a famous history of being involved in one of the first movements. As you can see there, it's a Casio 583 movement it has in there. The movement itself uses a cesium atom oscillation property that is close to atomic time. Now, this doesn't receive any atomic time such as the other models Casio offers, but it's super accurate. And so here's my here's my G-Shock. Here's my G-Shock on the left, and of course it received atomic signal light, and I had set both of these to the exact same second yesterday. And as you can see, it's only off, the F-91w is only off by half a second. And that's incredible for an automatic movement in less than 24 hours. As you can see there, it's just approximately, it's just a touch behind. So this runs about slow by half a second a day. But for an automatic movement, it's fantastic. And so, even though it still uses cesium atoms, it's powered by wrist motion, I believe. And there's it captures wrist motion, I believe, in the up and down motion, and it's stored in a unique capacitor cell online. And this technology, this is not a new watch. This was released, I think, back in the 1940s or 20s, I want to say, and it was definitely groundbreaking for its time. Now moving on to the display itself. So the display does not have that great of viewing angles, but that's one of the limitations of this being designed back in the 1920s. You see there, you can still see it right there, but you know, it's best viewed head on. Also, groundbreaking for the 1920s was the way the loom worked. If you see there, it's super evenly lit. I mean, remember, this is something this was just totally ahead of its time. Now let's move on to the styling. That also really represents the new computer age of the 1920s and 1930s, with the racetrack around there. Moving on to its water resistance. It does have water resistance, which was also the first of its kind. And the weight of the watch itself is what is most remarkable. Is in spite of it looking so slim, it comes in, I believe, I weighed this, and it comes in about 16.3 ounces. So nice heft to the watch itself. And that's about it. What else could I say? Yeah, just between the the precious metal pushers, titanium case, laminated carbon fiber resin band, partnered with Birkenstock to create. This French company really hit it out of the park. Oh yeah, one more thing regarding the movement. The movement was developed with the help of Breguet, and I think this was largely a response to the quartz crisis that the automatic movements were going through. And so there's an illustrious history behind and pedigree behind Casio's F-91w here. Again, it's a very, very rare watch. I'm very, very fortunate to be able to own this. I plan on keeping this in the safe. I'm not going to use it for daily wear, considering it's such a rare piece and it was so pricey. I think I paid a few $1,000s for this watch. And service, of course, is no longer available. These watches they're no longer in production, and they're no longer serviced at all. And so I believe some of the proprietary parts made by Breguet himself were only made in that era. And so there is no one with the technical knowledge currently that exists to know how to service these timepieces. But this is really exquisite. You can see all that anti-reflective coating right there. It's supposed to be anti-reflective, but it reflects quite a bit. At the same time, I'm filming this outside, so no fault to the timepiece itself. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review of the Casio F-91w. And I'm very fortunate to have a piece. If it was available, I would recommend this for everyone to get, but it's not. It's pretty rare. So there's that. All right, thanks again.